All right, so it's getting to that time of year, Halloween. Woo! Ah! Is it gone? And I actually got a request on how to draw a ghost, because she said that her ghosts usually end up looking like Pac-Man ghosts. So I thought today I'm going to show you how to draw a really cool ghost. Somebody call the Ghostbusters. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to draw a circle to give me an indication of its head. Next step is I want to put in a line, curved line like this, to represent the whole length of the body. This gives an indication of how tall he's going to be, and I can fit him on the page. Next step is I'm going to draw a wavy M for the arms. So we just draw a nice wavy M, and as you can see now his arms are sort of like this. He's sort of going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of an oval in here to show you where his chest is. That's going to be important later on, so we'll get to that in a sec. So now for the hands, they're sort of going like this, remember. I'm going to put in some J's on the ends. So I've got my M here, so now I'm just going to put some J's on. So the hands are like this, and they're hanging off the ends of the sheet. Now this is a sort of crucial part here, so pay attention. Focus. Here's the base of the tail, so this is going to be the lowest point. So what we want to have is a bit of a wavy line going back up to our hands. And now my wavy line over this side. Now you can be as wavy as you want, you can make it really wavy, or just subtly wavy. I've sort of gone in between, and now this is my guide. So now what I want to do is I want to define my character with more definition. Here's his head. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just sort of bring a curve around, following this as my guide, and bring it back to my J for hands. Same on this side, but this time I'm going to have it coming in a little bit more. So I've come in a bit, and I'm going to go back around and rejoin at my J. I've got my wavy lines on the bottom, and this is the bit where I was talking about the chest, real important. What you want to do is see your lines, your edges, just sort of hook them so they're almost joining up to that dot there. Now I'm going to just make this, I want my tail to be a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to extend that a little bit. There we go. And hook them. Notice on this side, so it's going to be hooking the opposite direction, so it's going to hook back in. So that point there is where you're aiming for with all your lines. He's got a chest, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line across like so. Gives it a little bit more of a definition, and then I'm just going to even have the line, still aiming at that, but it's going to intersect almost with my line here. So we've got a good shape for our body, for our ghost, bit more dynamic than a Pac-Man figure. Now let's give him a face. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with the face here. You can make it an angry ghost, you can make it a scared ghost. I'm going to do a happy ghost today, but I'll just give you some rough ideas for what you want to do if you want to do it angry or if you want to do it happy. So angry, what you want to do, I'm just going to draw it over here, is you want to draw triangles for the eyes and jagged up and down. So W's and M's for the mouth. That's your angry eyes. Now if you want to do it scary, real simple, swakle, swakle, swakle. So I'm going to be drawing a happy ghost today, so let's just, it's in between, it's a nice happy medium. So let's do our happy ghost. So I'm just going to put in some little guidelines for myself so I can see where the center of the face is, really important. And I'm going to put a circle on my line like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice wave, curving on the ends, and a nice U underneath. And if you want, you can even put some nice curved eyebrows on. And that's going to give us our happy ghost. Now another thing you can do, now this is completely up to you. Sometimes people like the ghost head to be just smooth. Sometimes they like to have what, well, basically looks like a sock. I don't know, but it looks like a sock. I'm going to do that today because it's a bit more interesting. You don't have to, but it's another option. So what you do is you just extend the head a little bit and wave it down and back. So the head's it's almost like a Santa hat, really. So I'm just going to put some little circles inside the eyes, just to give it that little sparkle. Alrighty, so I'm going to ink it now, and then I'm going to color. So there's a few little options you can do for coloring, but I'll get to that in just a sec. So we just go over the lines we want to keep. Alrighty, so now we get to the colouring stage. What's that you say? Colouring? It's a ghost. Why do we colour in? Ha ha ha. Yes, you actually can colour in your white ghost. There's a grey, there's even green, and there's blue, which I'm going to do today. So essentially the colouring is going to be showing the shading of your character, sort of like the drapage of a cape. If you want to see more about how to draw a cape, check out this video here. It explains it in a lot more detail. So grab yourself a light blue or a light green and let's get down to drawing our funky ghost. And what you want to do is just indicate where the shadow is going to be. So this line looks a bit, might be a little bit here. You don't have to actually go to the edge. Just indicate roughly where the shadow is going to be, as it would be on a cloth. And of course our body's going to have a bit of shadow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up and just flick it at the top so it shows the arm a little bit there as well. And over here we'll have some shadow. Just use your best judgment really. There's no real right or wrong to this. You're just highlighting it a little bit more. And we've got our arm sticking out, so I'm just going to put a little bit over here as well. Now the head's going to have a bit of shadowing as well, so I'm just going to put a little bit around the back here. Leaving a bit of space on the side. And putting a little bit on our sock at the top here. I guess I've got my lighter blue now, which is what I probably should have had from the start, but I thought I did, but I didn't. Mistakes, they're just great. It's all part of the art, it's all part of art. Anyway, so what you can do now to add a little bit more of a halo effect to your ghost is grab your color and actually shade around the edge, but not touching it. Let me show you what I mean. What you're gonna do is just roughly go around your ghost and go in and out, make it rough, make it real rough. You don't want it uniform because it's meant to be a glow effect, so it's not meant to look organized. It's all, oh wow, it's different textures, oh wow. So just make it rough as you go around. Play with it. I've got quite a broad nib on my ink here, so I'm really using it. So just use what you got. And just come in and don't actually touch your ghost. You want it to be like a glow effect around it. There you go. Just come around. Make it rather random. Random, my favorite word, random. And for the final touch, he's hovering, he's floating, so put a little bit of shadow on the bottom to show that he's off the ground. And there you have it, the basics on how to draw yourself a more dynamic and funky ghost. Yes, he's awesome. Much better than your basic Pac-Man ghost. Sick 'em. So when we're drawing our... What am I saying? I don't know. Let's figure it out, shall we? No, it doesn't. Why would more spooky things happen? Not right there, because that's a terrible, terrible spot for my circle. Because, like, ghosts have eyebrows, apparently. Get on with it, Philip. What did I say? I don't remember what I said. I was sitting here when I said it. Much more better. That's really good English there. Now, if you want to... Now, if you want some extra tips and extra pointers on how to make your ghost just a little bit more dynamic, check out these videos right here just to give you some more insights. And I'll see you there.